Hey everyone, it's Annie
And Brady.
from the Never Growing Up podcast, a Disney Parks podcast for adults.
Thanks so much for joining us for this week's episode. Make sure you subscribe and leave a rating for us on whatever app you're joining our conversation.
And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for all of our accounts are in our show notes.
Enjoy the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Never Growing Up, a Disney Parks podcast for adults. On this episode today, episode 69, nice, we are going to talk about the 324,000 things that are coming to Disney Plus and finish up our tour of the World Showcase. So stick around.
Or as far as we can get.
Ba, ba, ba. Hello, it's me, Brady McCleary, also known to you as Brady Cam on Instagram, and with me, as always, is my wonderful, world-renowned
Oh, jeez.
co-host. She's traveled the world, everybody.
Not this year, that's for sure.
We just about to finish our World Showcase, so hello.
Yes. And in terms of World Showcase, I have 100% traveled the world, but I've only been a couple
Virtually.
Virtually, yeah. But this year I did not get to travel overseas, which is a bummer. Hi, I'm Annie at WDW College. We have a lot to talk about today.
First of all, by the time you guys hear this, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yes, Happy Hanukkah.
That's going now. I think we're still in Hanukkah at the time of recording.
And then Kwanzaa will be right after Christmas.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa to you.
Yeah, whatever you celebrate. Yeah. Hope you're having a safe holiday.
I hope you're having a great that.
A great Christmaka, Festivus. I enjoy Festivus.
Is that, what is that?
That's a Seinfeld thing, so you may be too young for this.
I know what Seinfeld is, but I'm also funnier than them, so I don't enjoy it.
That's true. Yeah, so Festivus is celebrated according to legend, according to the Seinfeld legend, December 23rd, where, what is it, feats of strength, airing of grievances, and then something about a poll. My husband's a bigger Seinfeld fan than I am. I didn't really get into Seinfeld until like 2 years ago, which is an odd thing to say. But I was younger.
About a poll.
It, like, honestly, like, those guys are like our parent. Oh, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Seinfeld gives he looks like an asshole, so I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, Festivus is awesome. There's one of our favorite breweries has a Festivus beer, and it is fantastic. So if you live in the I don't know how far Market Garden goes out there, but it's a fantastic beer. Highly recommend it.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Seriously, in my opinion, it's like the best holiday beer.
So are you guys gonna have another holiday curbside pickup?
Well, no, actually. So you guys missed it one time when we were recording. I had found out that my parents were positive for COVID. So when was this? Back in November. And I found out literally while we were recording. I had to cut that part out, or I was like freaking out. And so I'm very thankful that my parents had a mild case, which is concerning due to their underlying health conditions. But the good thing is that they're seeing that you were pretty much immune for about 3 months now, I guess. And I am in no ways sharing false information. This is what the studies say now. Obviously, science changes all the time. I am not validating this. However, so we know at least they're immune for a little while. So we do get to spend Christmas with my parents this year. So that is nice.
So though they're immune, does that put you at any further risk?
So
because they've had it?
That's a fair question, and the science obviously changes all the time. It's a new virus, so I'm not gonna be like, so as of right now, the studies are saying they're immune, and it doesn't seem like they can carry it.
Okay,
but again, that could change. Who knows?
That's, and I mean, especially now with, have you seen what's going on in the UK? Like,
oh yeah, the new strain, yeah.
So
because it's never ending.
Let's get this vaccine. Oh, that's gonna suck though, because we stop in Germany, so that's.
Oh, jeez.
That's gonna be
That's
crazy.
where my strangely, that's where my, father-in-law was stationed. That's so every time I think we've talked about this. We talked about the Germany pavilion, and he loves looking at the signs. So actually, we were gonna plan to go to Germany this year, but that didn't happen.
God, I wish one of these days. Now that I finally made rank, I have retainability, so hopefully I'll be able to get to go overseas and live for a little while.
That'll be so
Whether
nice.
that's Japan or Germany, I don't
Wasn't
care.
Matt stationed in, Japan?
He was
That
stationed
is so
in,
cool.
Acadina.
Ooh, very cool.
He misses it.
We
So,
talked about that a lot.
we have a lot
A
coming
lot.
to Disney Plus, and I don't know, I still haven't been able to renew because I haven't got my back pay yet. Um, so I'm still behind on Mandalorian. I have no idea what is all on there right now, which kinda sucks because all the Christmas shows are really cute.
I haven't really the only thing I've watched Christmas-wise on there, on Disney Plus is obviously Muppets Christmas Carol, because that is the
Mhm.
best version of the Christmas Carol IMO.
I
And
I I
then
agree. I
yeah,
agree 100.
and then I watched Mickey's Christmas Carol because I loved that
Yeah.
growing up. And then I've also watched there's a really old cartoon, I think it's from the '50s, one of the old ones. If you go to, like, if you scroll to the very bottom where you watch, like, vintage and classic favorites, there's one where I don't know if it's the one where they actually introduced Chippendale, but it's like Mickey and Pluto are decorating a tree, and this is how Chippendale.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're just being little pesky rodents.
yeah, very Christmas vacation type situation with the squirrel.
And poor
Um,
Pluto's just trying to
that's
save
all
Christmas.
I've never watched Noelle. I think people oh, you know what I did watch this week, though? I did watch Godmothered, which is a Christmas movie, which I didn't anticipate.
How was that?
It was great. I fully enjoyed it. Very cute movie. It's God, I cannot think of this girl's name, but she was the first time I ever saw her, she was in that show Workaholics. It was on Comedy Central. Hilarious show.
Yeah, she's so funny in work she's funny
So
in
funny.
everything she's in. She's in
She's funny
that,
and
she's
everything.
in 22 Jump Street.
Mhm. I just watched is it The Night Before with, Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and she's in that, and she's hilarious in everything.
Yeah.
And then Isla Fisher is the other lead, and she's like more like the serious character, but it was really, really cute. Highly recommend it. And you know what I really, really loved is that they ended up in they are very clear to include boys in becoming, I guess, god people, godmothers, whatever. And they had boys like playing in like dresses and like being godmothers. And I thought that was like the cutest thing ever. And
Aw.
there's a lot of representation in this film, and I really, really appreciated that.
Like,
I love it.
I heard that it's very, a lot like Elf, though.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. Like in terms of like someone being sent to our world and not knowing what to do. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But super duper cute. Highly recommended. I didn't know it was a Christmas movie, honestly, because I just wanted to watch it just for the girl from Workaholics. I can't think of her name. And and then when I like turned it on and saw the description, it said this is set in Christmas time, and I was like, oh, fantastic.
Wonderful. And Isla Fisher, she's in a zillion different
Oh, she's in a ton of things. Yeah,
things.
yeah.
She's in Scooby-Doo,
Mhm.
like,
Wedding Crashers.
yeah.
So
Could've sworn
that's
she
one of
was
the new
in
things on Disney Plus. But we have there was a it was a virtual event. Normally this kind of thing happens at like a D23-esque type of situation or like a Comic-Con where they make all these announcements, but this year they did it virtually, for obvious reasons.
yeah.
And the thing that so this is a weird thing, maybe not. I think a lot of people do agree with this. I'm not a massive fan of Bob Chapek, who took over for Bob Iger. Like I
I
look at him and I don't feel Disney. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I just feel like Bob Iger's still, like, too involved to be replaced.
Yeah, it's true. Although
He's
he may
like,
be going to work for the Biden administration soon.
"Yeah, that
That
would be wild."
would be wild.
Could you
But
imagine he runs for
that's
president one day,
crazy.
it's like, not only does Disney own literally effing everything. Now
Wow, that
Disney
would be
is president.
there's gotta be some kind of, like, some ethical thing, but, like, I still have to I haven't read his book. I wanna take it I have Masterclass, like, that streaming service. I got it at the, like, the height of quarantine, and learned a lot of really great things, but I think he's on there too, and I haven't watched his class yet. Um,
Mm.
but they announced so many things, and we still obviously have our tour to go through, but we wanted to go through some highlights from what they announced because they announced so much stuff, like, we couldn't pass it up.
We are loading, we're loading, waiting for it loading.
So this actually is not just while you're loading there. It's not specifically the majority of these announcements, yes, are for Disney Plus. However, there are feature films that are on here too. Now, they very well may, depending on how this pandemic plays out, come to just, do the premiere access like they did with Mulan.
Why is Bob Iger like daddy? Like what?
Bob Iger is daddy. I mean,
He is
listen,
so good looking in a
he
suit.
really is. That's what I'm saying. Like he reminds me of like a CEO that we used to have at our company who went on to another company, but he was like one of those guys where you just like felt inspired and like you just watched him and you were just like, shit, this guy's got it together. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Then
I
so I
know
look
this,
at Bob Chapek and I'm like, that guy looks like an asshole.
like
He
he looks
does.
like equal Walmart brand Howie Man.
Do you feel like he's a placeholder for Josh Tomorrow? Because I feel that because I think Josh Tomorrow is like the second coming of Bob Iger, and I really think this guy's just a placeholder.
The second
I,
coming of Bob
yes,
Iger, like
like
Jesus.
he's trying his.
Um I
I really
when I
think
look at
so.
Bob Chapek, I don't see him doing nearly as much as Iger did in his
Yeah.
reign. There's no way. I mean, what else is there to buy, I guess, but
I honestly don't know, and on it, I saw it, and I did read the article, so I will preface with this. But one of the Disney granddaughters, is it Abigail? I want to say you guys are probably like yelling at me while you're listening to this, but she was like, "Oh, the brand is so tarnished, and it's become so like blah blah." I was like, "Okay, as a stockholder, as a stockholder, I will personally say that brand is not tarnished. It's been one of the stocks that's brought me the most money, and I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like, it's the biggest entertainment, in my opinion, the biggest entertainment company in the world,
Mhm.
and that's just not because I'm a Disney whore. Like, I'm just like, no, like for real. I really don't know what they would buy. I mean, they can't buy Warner Brothers. I really think that would be considered a monopoly. I really don't think there's anything else at this point.
I don't
IMO.
know. I don't know.
So a lot of these things we've heard about already. Like, well, we've heard rumblings, like the one, like specifically the Beauty and the Beast one, which is really just going to be about Gaston and LeFou. We've been hearing about that for a while. Really excited about that.
Yes and no,
Ooh, I want to hear no. Go.
because I don't like Josh Gad.
Oh, that's
Um,
right. We have discussed
we
this.
have.
Yeah,
And
Seth Rogen.
I also, as much as I love that they, kind of opened his sexuality at the end of Beauty and
hmm
the Beast, and I feel like we'll kind of see more of that in this one. I am so over the fact already that he's probably just not gonna find his man because it's, I'm assuming, a prequel.
It. I assume it is a prequel. Yes, that
So it's
I have.
like, oh, it'll probably be like really undertone, like LGBTQ, so they can say it's an LGBTQ friendly film, and it's still, he's just not gonna find his happily ever after.
Sure.
But I mean, I'll watch it. I'll give it a
Oh
go,
yeah,
mostly for
just
Luke
give it a go.
Evans.
Oh, dude, his voice is his in my I think his voice is my favorite voice in the entire outside of Audra McDonald, but she didn't have like a lot of stuff going on. She was obviously the best singer
Hmm.
in the Beauty and the Beast live action, but Luke Evans, I was so impressed with him. His voice is phenomenal.
And he's good looking.
He is fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
This one I'm excited about. Ron Moore. So for those of you who are Outlander fans, he is the main guy behind the Outlander series on Stars, which
Ooh.
I think is also owned by Disney, but I'm not entirely sure. and John M. Chu directed Crazy Rich Asians. They're reimagining the classic Swiss Family Robinson. I am hard up on this just because of those 2 guys.
That's again, like, something I don't know, because like, Swiss Family Robinson is so classic and timeless, like, it really
Right.
doesn't need to be reimagined, but in these 2 gentlemen's hands, I think it'll
Sure.
be really cool, but at the same time, I don't think Swiss Family Robinson needs to be cool. I don't know, like, I'm really conflicted about this one.
I totally agree with you on that, and the only thing is the reason why I'm okay with this is because Swiss Family Robinson is older. Like, they
Oh, it
rebooted
is
it,
so
like,
old.
they reboot where did I see something was being rebooted? Oh, like, True Blood on HBO. I'm like, "That show
What?
just ended." Yeah, they're rebooting it. They're rebooting True Blood on HBO, and,
Yeah.
like, I was like, "That just ended." Like, Swiss Family Robinson came out in the '60s, so totally makes sense to, like, do a reimagining. Totally fine with it. Yes, it is a classic. Like, if someone tried to reimagine Sound of Music, I'd light a fire. I'm like, what is this bullshit?"
I'd light a fire. You're
I'm
so funny.
like
Uh, and then I guess it's like also, we've talked about people who are like, "Oh, why do they gotta update this ride?" Like
Yeah,
I'm being that person, but
that's
uh,
okay.
I'm still open to it. Like
I'm
I
still
think it's
pissed
gonna
about
be
my own stuff.
cool. I'm just like I don't like
I
it's not
wonder if
something
they'll
that I
redo
think
the
they would
tree.
need to. If they do what?
They'll redo the tree in Adventureland.
Oh. I mean, I don't know, they did for, Disneyland, they turned it into Tarzan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it used to be Swiss
Oh.
Family Robinson, and then they turned it into Tarzan.
Oh. Now this one is beyond my time. I was not young enough. I
The
was
Percy
older when Percy Jackson,
Jacksons.
yeah, but everyone loves the Percy Jackson from what I understand.
Um, it was fun. I think I only saw the first movie, and I think they came out with a second one, but the series didn't do well. The books are, like, huge,
Yeah,
but
that's what I've
the
heard.
movies they made didn't do well, uh, as it happens with a lot of movie adaptations.
Sure.
Um, but I think I mean, I'll watch it. Like, I think it'll be cool.
Some of these, live action shows that are coming, one, obviously, I'm very, very excited about the Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Very excited. Like, stupid excited.
Like, stupid excited,
Like,
bro.
stupid excited. Emilio Estevez is coming back. Lauren Graham is joining from Gilmore Girls. Also, Dylan Playfair, who, for those of you are either familiar with Letterkenny, Letterkenny is probably one of the funniest shows I've ever watched. It's a Canadian show. It's on Hulu. Highly, highly, I cannot stress enough, fucking watch it. It is so funny. And he was also in all the Descendant movies as Gaston Son. So he's a really big hockey player well, I mean, he loved playing hockey as a kid, and he plays a hockey player in Canada in Letterkenny because he's Canadian. So he's going to be in this too, and I am pumped. I'm so excited, super pumped.
Live action series. Okay, so in my head, I was thinking like, why? Like, because they're specifying that it's a live action series, and I'm like, Mighty
Oh
Ducks was
yeah,
always live action. Like, what are they talking about?
remember there was a cartoon for a little while. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh my god, you're so old.
I'm old as shit. I have no
um,
way going to like hide that I'm old as shit. And I've been feeling it lately.
let's see, Turner and Hooch. That's Josh Peck, really.
Who is Josh? Why can't I think of who Josh
He's
Peck is?
Nickelodeon, Drake and Josh.
Oh, see, that's why I don't know, because that's not my generation.
That's so
I'm
weird.
like, who is that? Turner and Hooch, that is old as shit. You want to talk about old as shit? Turner and Hooch came out when I was a kid. This is Tom Hanks and a dog, and it's on Disney Plus, which is bizarre. I never got into Turner and Hooch. I think this is bizarre. I
Yeah,
can't stand it for this.
I'm just like, eh. Next,
Yeah.
Big Shot, a celebration of power girl of girl power, excuse me. Set in the world of high school basketball. Oh, wow, it's gonna be a bunch of lesbians.
We love lesbians here. Speaking of which, did you watch The
John
Prom? Speaking of
Stamos. I
lesbians,
have not watched the prom. I haven't.
it's a good
I've been
time.
I've been back on a bender of Survivor, so
Oh, indeed. Mm.
which is not gonna be good for my mental psyche while I'm deployed.
I feel that. Yeah.
because I'm gonna feel like
You're gonna feel like Survivor. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna be like, oh my god, everybody's they're conspiring.
This one was
Mm,
interesting, and I
the
literally know
Mysterious
nothing about it,
Benedict Society.
but I love Tony Hale. Love him. First, from a Disney aspect, that's Forky, and Tony Hale most recently was in Veep, and then also is, like, super well known from being in Arrested Development. I love Tony Hale, and Kristen Shaw's hysterical too. What was the most recent thing she's been on?
I'm pulling up IMDb to look them both up. I just can't put a
I know
name.
she was in that Last Man on Earth show, but she's been in a ton of stuff.
Tony Hale. I don't really recognize his face. And then Kristen Shaw. Oh, she's in a ton
Oh,
of
she's
stuff.
in a
She's in
ton of
my favorite show, Bob's
She
Burgers.
is. I was waiting for you to have a reaction.
I know her as Louise Belcher. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, she's in Bob's Burgers. She's in Scooby Doo. Uh, let's see, Toy Story 4. She's Trixie, the
Mhm.
Triceratops. Um, let's see here. She's in Princess Diaries, isn't she? No, she's not in Princess Diaries. Just
I
kidding.
think so, yeah, I think
That's
so.
the other girl with the
Oh,
weird
I know you're
chin.
talking about. Yeah.
Um, she was on Glee for an episode. She's an Archer just for a couple
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah. She's, like,
She's
literally in
the
everything.
Muppets. She's in the Muppets.
Mhm.
How fun! How fun is that?
No, I love her, I love her. But I think that's gonna be a cool show, just from the cast. What we got here?
And then so National Geographic, they have Little Miss. Oh, Limitless. I was like Little Miss Chris Hemsworth. What?
That looks pretty
Limitless.
interesting.
Featuring Will Smith. What?
I am dying, literally dying to know what they're offering from a money standpoint because you don't really see big A-list stars do these kind of shows. So,
Yeah.
like, this is wild to me.
So so are they I wonder if they're just gonna have them narrate stuff or are they
And
gonna be
probably be
like
narration, yeah.
because like the picture here kind of makes me think maybe they'll have them actually go to these places and it'll be like,
Which would be great. I would
yeah,
love that. I just don't know what they're gonna do. I'd be shocked if that's what they do.
bunch of stuff going to Hulu. Let's see.
Yeah, so Hulu is as part of the Fox acquisition. Well, they already owned. They had a leading stake in Hulu, and then they completed, like, I think, a full transaction um, when they took over 20th Century Fox. And so we're going to be talking about Hulu, and we're going to be talking about FX, which is fun too. So for
Um,
Hulu, what do we got? Nothing
um
major.
they're making a series for Alien.
Wait, where'd you see that?
The
That's
group
weird.
also announced today that the first series adaptation of the sci-fi horror classic Alien is in
Oh,
development.
I didn't drill down. Man, tell me.
On two
Nicole
seasons.
Kidman's doing a show on here? Holy shit, she only does stuff for HBO. That's wild.
Clearly, we've done reading, guys.
Well, this
We've
is
done our
very
reading.
well, I'll cut it together, it's fine. I am really, 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 really excited, even though I have an issue with Japan's imperialistic ways, but they are going to have and I didn't know this. Oh, this is a book. I have to start reading it. FX will also embark on one of its most sweeping, sophisticated, and adult series, which I think is going to be the Japanese version of Game of Thrones, with the retelling of James Clavell's beloved epic saga Shogun, set within feudal Japan. I am very excited about that. I love historical
Ooh,
dramas, though.
that should be pretty cool.
And now we get into this Lucasfilm shit.
So much.
There's so much. It's very, 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 very exciting.
Yeah, especially because Ewan McGregor is gonna come back as Obi-Wan.
And Hayden Christensen, that was a big announcement at this,
Yeah, it's for Darth
event.
Vader,
Yeah.
which I'm conflicted on that
I
considering
know everyone
Hayden Christensen is so D-list.
Well, he's not well, like, yeah, he's D-list
As
these days. I think this might help him.
I don't know, he's just not
Mm,
super talented.
I don't know, man. What else we got here?
Rangers of the
So
New Republic, which is gonna be really exciting because I'm a huge fan of the Old Republic.
and Ahsoka, which is gonna be with Rosario Dawson, who we saw in The Mandalorian this season. Unbelievable. Everyone is so friggin' excited for the Ahsoka series. So excited.
That's really cool that she's gonna have a whole series.
So excited. Andor is going to be about, um wait, I'm, like, brain farting. Oh, yeah, Diego Luna's character in Rogue One is gonna be about him, which is awesome. R people a lot a lot of people consider Rogue One to be the best of, like, all, like, this generation's releases of Star Wars movies,
It
and I
was
think I do agree with that.
so good,
Yeah, Rogue One is
because
tremendous.
I only watched it once, I can't do it again.
It's very sad. It is very sad.
I
Does
can't.
not have a happy ending.
If you haven't seen it, just don't enjoy any of the characters.
And for those of you who have seen the season finale of The Mandalorian, I still can't talk about it, so
It's
that's where
already
I am
done?
mentally. Yeah, well, the season finale, it ended this week, and it was what I would call jaw-dropping and also very sad.
I feel like there's only, like, 4 episodes, what the hell?
Yeah, it's well, I think there's 8 episodes a season, so it's chapter 16. Yeah, 8 and 8. So it
Wow.
was ugh. I'm still not recovered, nor will I think I will ever recover.
Oh, no, I gotta watch
I feel
it.
personally victimized by the season finale.
Oh, no. I gotta watch it before the people on frickin'
Yeah.
Instagram, they're oh god. Somebody's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"It's been a week. You've had plenty of time.
I
Baby Yoda's
know.
name is blah, blah, blah," and I'm like, "Shut up."
Hey, I
God,
still have not told you his name, even though they released that a few weeks ago.
I know. I saw it on Instagram, like, people
Oh, you
were
saw it,
posting it.
okay.
I don't remember what it is, so it's like,
Do you want me to say
um
it or no?
yeah, you can say it, it's fine.
Oh, his
Or
name is Grogu.
yeah, it's stupid. It's
He's a
Baby Yoda.
little baby, I can't
What is
I
it? Grogu? It's like,
Grogu,
okay.
oh, God bless
The
him.
writer was, like, having a brain fart and had pasta that night and was like,
What
"Oh,
does that say?
ragu? Rogu."
At least it's not what's the, so there's only in the, canon, I think there's only 2 other instances outside of Grogu, Baby Yoda, of his species, and so obviously Yoda, and then there's what is it? Waggle Waggle? No, that what is her name? It's something fucking weird. Paddle? That's not right. It's Gaggle, Waggle, Paggle, Daggle, something of that nature. Anyways, here's one that I find fascinating. I'm very interested in this one. They're revisiting Willow. Willow is what is did that come in the 80s? But that's what brought Warwick Davis to fame is Willow. Warwick Davis, and I want to be respectful of the term of his stature. Is he I don't know if he's considered a dwarf, but I don't know. I'm being trying to be please do not I am not trying to say the wrong thing. But most recently Warwick Davis was in a lot of the Harry Potter movies as a goblin. Um and he played a lot of characters actually. And he was a professor
You
in
think
Harry Potter movies. He
you
was in a
think
lot.
Val Kilmer will, make an appearance?
Oh shit, that's right. He was in Willow. Hot damn, I didn't even think about that. Dude, he's a wreck. He's got stuff going on.
He's
Have you
yeah.
seen him? Oh my lord. He does not look well. He does not look
Uh,
well.
to be fair, it's 2020, none of us look well.
I look like my I had to go give my cat, there's a long story, of my older cat when we moved lives with my parents. Anyways, she has seizures to give her seizure medicine. My parents are out of town because they're visiting my sister. And so I had to go get and my sister or my mother, my god. My aunt was like, "Why are you wearing Nick's clothes?" And I was like, "'Cause they're comfortable."
Why aren't you minding your own
I
business?
was like, "I didn't realize I was gonna get judged to come give my cat seizure medicine." Jesus Christ. But here we are. This I don't care about. And this is the Indiana Jones re-envisioning, although some people are very excited about it, but God bless. Like, live your truth. I don't care.
Is it a re-envisioning? Because I read
I
an article saying that Harrison Ford was going to be in it.
Oh,
So
really? I've not read much into it.
maybe it's like a pass off. So like because it said that he will appear in the final Indiana Jones film.
Oh, okay.
Um and so maybe if it is a reimagining, it'll be like a pass off where he well no, because if it was going to be a pass off, you would think it would go to his quote unquote son. Oh my god, I almost said Elijah Wood. Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, that's
Uh
right. I forgot about that. I
yeah.
don't know. Spies
I
all
don't
love
know.
Trump.
I love the idea of Indiana Jones movies minus the wild stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the later ones were just shit. Like, I grew up with the Indiana Jones movie. My one cousin I had one cousin I have many cousins, but I had one cousin who was obsessed with Star Wars and obsessed with Indiana Jones, which thereby, because we hung out all the time, got me into both of them.
Yeah.
So that, like, obviously the older Indiana Jones movies I'm into, but, like, the newer ones have just not living. I like some of the newer Star Wars movies. I'm not, like, obsessed with them, and people are just real bitchy about it, but other Indiana Jones movies, I'm like, "Nah."
Yeah, I think the new Star Wars films are great. I
I like
I
them.
don't
I
have
think they're
any
good fun.
qualms or any problems with them, and I've always been a fan of Star Wars. Indiana Jones, the first one of those I saw was the Crystal Skull.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I remember I was at the drive-through and I was watching it, and then all the alien stuff started happening, and I was like, "What the hell am I watching?" Because I love. Have you seen *Romancing the Stone*?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love those kind of movies, like *Romancing the Stone*, *Tomb Raider*. Even though *Tomb Raider* gets a little weird as far as like uh, deities and ancient things still being alive because of a curse or whatever. But like that's still a little bit more believable than like like aliens in the middle of the
Yeah.
woods in the
Yeah.
Amazon and I don't know. But like I don't know, I was hoping that's what Indiana Jones would be more like. I was hoping Indiana Jones would be more like *Romancing the Stone*, where it's just this action adventure versus this action adventure plot twist sci-fi
Yeah.
kind of thing, but they're still fun, because it does have that adventure that I do like. But
Yeah.
again, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably see it. I haven't. I think I've seen the first Indiana Jones and then the
Yeah.
Crystal Skull, but the Crystal Skull
Yeah.
was the first one I saw.
Yeah. This one here is wildly intriguing too. So it has been said for a long time that Taika Waititi. So for those of you who are living under a rock, don't know who Taika Waititi is, phenomenal director, one of my favorites right now. Directed Jojo Rabbit. He directed some episodes of The Mandalorian. He's won an Oscar for Jojo Rabbit. So he's a this really, really big deal. And he was supposed to do the next Star Wars film. Um, but with the next Star Wars film, which is going to be under Lucasfilm, is actually not Star Wars related. It's by a book. It's a book called Children of Blood and Bone, which know nothing about.
Yeah,
And I'm like, but why?
I mean, I'm kind of excited about it.
I'll go see
Hopefully,
it
it's
'cause
good.
I love him.
I'm excited about it because like, when was the last time something like original hit the screen? Not
Well,
just a remake or
right,
and
100%.
if this isn't going to be Star Wars related, right? It's like its own thing.
So I thought it was going to be its own thing, but then they're saying it's a Star Wars feature film. I don't understand what this means, but whatever. Anyways, it's not going to be part of the Skywalker saga. Let's say that. Let's be clear on that. Although some of the new shows that are coming out, Ahsoka, the Boba Fett show, the Boba Fett show sounds like the Muppets, and Mandalorian are obviously all kind of happening on the same time
The Boba
parallel.
Fett show, that sounds like a late night
The
talk show.
It does. The Book of Boba Fett, I should be clear, which they just announced. They announced that after this, so that was something that was announced with the finale. But Shit, man, I don't know, there's just a lot happening.
Can we also talk about, like, the title screen that I'm looking at on this picture for Ahsoka looks like
Ugh.
I can't not see American Horror Story.
Oh, yeah, it does look like American Horror Story, you're right! Oh my god, that's
Like
funny.
it looks like American Horror Story, Oka.
It does
Like,
look like it was the AHS. Oh my god, you're right.
it's
I
like the
never
new
thought
and
of
it's
that.
like, American Horror Story, Murder House, American Horror Story, Asylum, American Horror Story, Oka.
Hilarious.
Let's see
And
here.
finally, we have some movies, some Walt Disney
Yeah.
animation shit. Let's
One
get into
that's
it.
been talked about for forever,
Forever.
101 Dalmatians with, oh my god, I can't think of her name all of a
Emma
sudden.
Stone? Emma
Emma
Stone?
Stone, I kept wanting to say Amy. Yes, with Emma
This has been
Stone.
I'm yeah, this is one's been they've been sitting on this one for a while. I don't know why they haven't just released it on Disney Plus, quite honestly, because this has been done for a while, from what we
Yeah,
know
it'll be not even that it's been done, but, like, I think it'll actually if it tries to go to theaters, which I doubt it will at this point,
at this point, yeah.
um, I think it would flop because I remember seeing pictures of the, concept of Emma Stone as,
Yeah,
Cruella de Vil
right.
long, long time ago.
Oh my god, I know. It's been a honestly, like, this is one that I just don't really care about.
Those movies as a whole, I never really
I never really yeah, I
got
mean, like, I
into.
like the movie, like, I like 101 Dalmatians, but I'm just, like, not, like, hung up on it, nor do I give a shit about this. I really don't,
I
sorry.
love Emma Stone, though, I think she's
I do
super
too.
underrated.
I do love her, but I'm just, like I feel like they've been holding on to this one for too long that I just don't care anymore. Do you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh, I
Also, I
do.
feel like some of their like, okay, so let's use Mulan, for example. I liked the Mulan movie, I really did.
I still haven't
Um,
seen it.
and honestly, that's okay. I thought they did a really great job from a score standpoint, but there was so much controversy surrounding the actors, and then we found out later on that the people who wrote it, no one was of Asian descent, and that really is fucking shitty. And so it's like, Disney, come on, man. It is 2020. You need to have Asian writers. What are you doing?
Yeah, oof.
But it was overall a good movie, and I mean, I know I'm saying that as a white person, so I have no room to, comment on that, but, like, overall as a movie, it was fine to watch, but it just had a lot of controversy surrounding it, so, like, I personally feel like I need a break from the live action movies, although they announced they announced the cast for The Little Mermaid, the full cast this time.
Mm,
I'm just like and Pinocchio, it seems like, Jesus Christ. Give it a
mhm.
rest. Just give it a rest. Take a little break.
Yeah. Now, Hocus Pocus 2.
How do you feel about this? I wanna hear your side.
Um, I don't think we need it. I think it's a fun idea. I love Hocus Pocus.
Sure,
That's
yeah,
definitely I'll watch it a couple times every Halloween season,
yeah.
not just once. It's just so magical and fun, but it doesn't leave, "Oh, there should be a
Yeah, it doesn't leave it open
sequel."
end.
Yeah, it doesn't leave an open end, doesn't leave any desire for other than wanting to just relive with the characters, which I think you can completely achieve by just
Sure.
rewatching the movie, um, especially now, 112 years later, like, what the who the hell are they gonna follow around, you know?
I yeah. No, I'm fully on board with that. Like, I don't necessarily see the ending, or the need for it. I am very excited, though, that Adam Shankman is directing it. Um, that makes me feel good about it. But otherwise, I don't know if it's necessary. I live and die for Bette Midler. I don't think y'all know how much I love Bette Midler. So I support anything that she does, but, I just don't know. I mean,
I
I'll
mean,
watch it. I'm not gonna
Binks
act like I'm not
isn't
gonna
even
watch it.
gonna be there.
Yeah.
He got to move on, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think Banks is gonna be involved, but I mean,
That's what I'm
I
saying,
really
he
don't know.
won't, and I don't like
Oh, yeah, who knows? Like, he could come
that.
back, like, who knows?
Let's see. Ooh, 3 Men and a Baby.
Oh my god.
I do not need to see Zac Efron running around with a baby. My
Oh,
ovaries don't need that. Like
my ovaries. My ovaries do not do that. I don't. Zac Efron. Zach, what the f is wrong? Which is one of my favorite SNL skits, by the way.
Zac, what the f is wrong?
Oh my god, I about peed myself when I saw that. But I don't know if Zach's like struggling in terms because here's what pisses me off about Zac Efron. Zac Efron thought he was too good for remember like when right when the quarantine was starting and like they did all the Disney sing-alongs and then they did a High School Musical one and this bitch just decided to like intro it but didn't sing. Fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. You think you're too good to be that's what made you
I
famous.
don't I don't think
You need to settle
he
down.
feels he's too good for it. I think because in the first High School Musical it wasn't him singing. I think
That's
those
true.
notes
That's
are too high for him. I don't think he could sing it.
oh right. But like he could still be in like the different pictures of just you know what I mean? Like this is what made you famous, guy. Like I
Yeah.
get it. Like, I have a real problem with people who like feel that they're above like what made them famous. That just pisses me off.
I mean, and that's the one thing that I really, admire about Kim Kardashian. She's not afraid to admit to her sex tape.
She's like, I'm famous because of a sex tape, and here we are.
And here we are.
I mean, respect,
Oh, but
you
Zac Efron, he could literally be like, if you ever want to make eye contact with me, eat this broken glass shard, and I will.
oh my god.
Just for the opportunity to make eye contact with him.
One thing I am
Though I
super,
think I'd have to
super
crouch. He's
excited
pretty
about.
short.
Yeah, yeah, she's really short. But the new Sister Act movie with Whoopi Goldberg, I am friggin' here for it. Like, I love Sister Act. I love both Sister Act movies. I cannot wait to see her come and bring her life and love to this year's youths or this year's nuns. I don't even know. I'm pumped. I'm ready for this one. This one's gonna be great, and it's gonna be directed by or produced by Tyler Perry. So you know it's gonna be good.
Oh, how 100%, yeah. If
Into it.
I
Into
would
it.
die if Medea makes an appearance. I would absolutely
Could
die.
you imagine? Jesus Christ.
I would
I'll shit my pants.
die. But can we talk about Whoopi Goldberg here? Disney legend Whoopi Goldberg.
Disney legend Whoopi Goldberg. I saw her do the Candlelight Processional. First time I saw the Candlelight Processional in Epcot. She was the narrator, and I was shitting myself because I love Whoopi Goldberg. I love her.
I like her a lot and I appreciate who she is and like I like a lot all her films, Ghost, Sister
Yeah.
Act. But what makes her a Disney legend other than she was in Lion King?
What else has she done?
As
No, she's done like a lot of other plus she was like always the host for the Oscars, which is owned by ABC owned by ABC, which is a Disney company. Like she's always been like involved in ABC stuff. So I think that's has a lot to do with it. But it's Whoopi, and she always does she must be like a real friend of the Disney company because she always every year does the Candlelight Processional. Like she always does stuff for Disney. Like real, if Disney asks her to do something, she's like, "Yep, here I am." Do you know what I mean? Also, who gives? Oh, well,
Oh
here's
yeah, she was in Cinderella. Let's see.
what gets me excited that they're bringing back Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers with John Mulaney and Andy Samberg. I cannot. That is hysterical to me.
They're doing who on what now?
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Did you watch that show
Yeah,
growing up? Yeah, yeah, yeah. John Mulaney and Andy Samberg, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Andy
Chip, Chip,
Samberg is
Chip, Chip and
funny as
Dale.
hell.
Oh, I love him. He's so funny.
Pinocchio, why? Oh, Tom
I'm
Hanks. I
interested in the Robert
love Tom
Zemeckis.
Hanks.
I'm assuming he's going to be Geppetto. Tom Hanks, which I don't know if he's a Disney legend yet, but I'm sure he will be shortly.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about. Like, why would he not be when he's been
He
a
played Walt Disney.
huge part as of Disney's,
Yeah.
just atmosphere. All the freaking 300 Toy Story movies. Wow. I love Tom
He may
Hanks.
already be, and I could just be like brain farting. So who knows? We do such a great job of research on this show.
Peter Pan and Wendy.
This looks interesting to me. I'm very interested in Yara Shahidi playing Tinkerbell, not so much as Jude Law playing Captain Hook.
Um, I could have sworn he already played Captain Hook at one point.
Did he?
I don't. I mean, probably not, but I feel like I've maybe they just typecast, you know, Captain Hook really well.
Yeah. And I'm really excited about Disenchanted. I loved Enchanted. I feel like Enchanted doesn't get enough love. It's such a great movie. I'm really excited that it's coming back.
Amy Adams is coming back. I didn't even know that was happening. I loved Enchanted.
Ugh,
My sister and I
I
saw
love
that
it.
in theaters like at least 36 times.
I teach that song a lot, the Happy Working song. I teach that a lot in my lessons, especially for kids who are just starting. Um, but yeah, I don't think Tom Hanks is Tim Allen is. This can't be right. How is Tim Allen a Disney legend and not Tom Hanks? This can't be right. This cannot
Scrap
be.
it. Throw it away.
I think we've fully given up on doing a tour today because we're at like 50 minutes,
Oh my god,
we're at
guys.
26
Sorry.
minutes. No, it's
Uh
okay. I think this is interesting. What else we got?
Greek Freak. A lot of
No,
these Diary of a Wimpy Kid, don't care.
the kid, that's like a generation now. Like that's Gen Z type of Diary of a Wimpy Kid thing.
Another Night at the Museum?
Oh God, why?
Wait,
And then
what?
Jungle Cruise, which I thought that came out. Didn't that come out? It was with The Rock and Emily Blunt.
I think it's still delayed. I don't think it's come out yet.
Oh. And then a prequel to The Lion King, and then of course The Little Mermaid, which they just announced the new cast. Um, they added Daveed Diggs. He's gonna be playing Sebastian, which I'm really excited about. Javier Bardem is gonna play Triton. I don't know how I feel about that. Melissa McCarthy is going to be Ursula, which I think will be a lot of fun. Um,
Unless she plays Melissa McCarthy as Melissa McCarthy. She's just another one of those actors. Um, I'm hung up on this prequel to The Lion King. Is this
I don't
gonna be
know.
another one of those, quote, unquote, "live action"
Oh, geez. I don't know. I don't know.
or I don't know, because like, Lion King 1, obviously great, Lion King 2 is really good, and then they made, like, a couple knockoff ones, and then
Yeah,
they did Lion King, like, 1.5, and then I thought that was really good.
yeah. And then there's what is it? What is it? It's on Disney Junior. It's like the Lion something. I can't think what it's called. It's very popular with the children. Um, I mean, listen, like the best thing to come out of the live action Lion King, in my opinion, is Beyonce's "Black is King" visual film.
Mhm. That was really
That
good.
honestly, that is the best thing to come out of and which makes sense. I listen to that album all the time. I fully love it, and Black is King is a monumental film. So here we are.
I'm looking at, uh,
This,
this Raya,
oh,
The Last Dragon.
yeah, I'm really excited about this because this is purely based off of like Southeastern Asian culture.
I was
Um,
worried
yeah,
because, like, it's been, talked about for a little while now, but
yeah,
now there's finally these little stills here, and I was
yeah.
like, "Are they gonna do her wrong like they did the first Black Princess? Made her a frog 95% of the film?"
Oh
I
no,
thought maybe they would make her the dragon for 95% of the film. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Princess and the Frog, that's one of my favorite movies, um, but I saw on, a video on TikTok, they're like, "Oh, yeah, I love that the first Black Princess was not a human for a majority of the movie." And I was like, "I never really thought about that." So, like, when I saw Raya and the Last Dragon, I was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna make her a damn dragon."
oh no. I honestly don't know what the story is about. I'm excited. Just I think they're getting another chance with an Asian, this specifically being South Asian culture. with the only Asian actors that I'm aware of that are in it, I'm sure there will be more, but there's Aquafina and Kelly Marie Tran, who is from the new Star Wars movies, who really got like the shit out of the stick in the last one. But Kelly Marie Tran is playing Raya, which is which is fun, and the writers are Asian. The director is not, but
I think that
I
might
don't know what to say
be.
about that.
I mean, it might be okay. Consider
I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. Then we got another Lin Manuel Miranda, who is. I'm surprised he's not a Disney legend yet.
Sorry, my eyeball just fell out of my face. I rolled them so
No,
hard. I'm
I love
so
Lin.
over him.
I
I bet every freaking song is gonna sound just like all those other songs.
don't know. Moana. I think Moana is a very different sound than like Hamilton or In the Heights.
It is until you listen. There's a song that was taken out called "More," um,
Yes, I've listened to more.
and that is very his
Yeah, it is.
style.
It's his style. And also parts of, You're Welcome obviously have his style in it too, like the really specific Lin-Manuel Miranda style.
Yeah, yeah. No, Moana was really great. So I'll give it a chance. I think one of the reasons why I didn't want to see that in theaters was because of Lin Manuel Miranda,
Oh, no, I don't think no, I didn't.
and I regret it fully.
It's so good. I personally like it better than Frozen. This is my opinion.
I
I know
could.
not many people share that. I like it better than Frozen. But she has a new series coming out, so does Tiana. So does Zootopia! Speaking
That
of,
that I'm so excited.
I
I
will definitely come back to Disney Plus.
I love Zootopia Plus. That's a weird name, but I love Zootopia. It was horribly underrated, I think.
Yeah. I love Zootopia. I think the music is great. I really enjoy the characters.
And just the visuals, everything about it. I just got
One thing that
excited and threw a pillow.
yes. One thing that caused, a big uproar, at these announcements is the new Pixar movie called Lightyear, which is like the origin story of Buzz Lightyear, and it's
Mhm.
not Tim Allen playing Buzz Lightyear.
Yes, I saw that, and then I saw, like, the whole like, the tweet thread, going on, and at first I was like, "Well, what the hell?" But then at the same time, I was like, "This is this is live action, right?"
No, it's not. No, it's, CG or computer animated or whatever they call it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then that is a little weird. But I guess it's yeah, because if you think about it, because it's a show based about, uh, the character that Buzz Lightyear is a toy of. However, you don't go to Walmart and pick up an Elsa doll and it's not Idina Menzel. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like, why would they make a toy with a voice, which would be Buzz Lightyear and, Tim Allen's voice, when Tim Allen isn't the voice of the character that toy is based off if it's still a cartoon?
Plus, I think Chris Evans has a much longer career with Disney versus, Tim Allen. Because of his political leanings, but also, just from an age standpoint. So I think the fact that they're having Chris Evans play Buzz Lightyear as a younger Buzz Lightyear is pretty strategic, in my opinion. I'm excited about it. I love Chris Evans. I don't care.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not like beholden to Tim Allen.
no, no, no. I'm confused because I don't care that it because when he words are hard. Chris Evans put out a tweet saying, he was going to be it, and he's like, I know people are confused, but I am the character that the toy of Buzz Lightyear is based off of. But then again,
Yeah.
like that would be like them making a toy of Anna and Elsa, but not have Anna and Elsa's voices
But they
because
usually don't. It's usually some random ass actor. Usually like Idina Menzel or whoever the person who's playing them usually doesn't do those voices. Someone else who sounds similar.
uh,
But this time it's someone who's very famous. So we should buzz through because it's already 55 minutes.
Yeah.
We should buzz through the Marvel stuff real quick.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm so excited about the Marvel shows. That's another
Yeah,
huge.
we
I
got
think it's a big
Loka
2
Loka?
Loka.
I read Loki and WandaVision, and I got Loka.
That's coming up soon,
I
WandaVision.
am excited for She-Hulk. Um, I really don't have any opinion of WandaVision. They were
I'm excited
actually
about
2 of my least favorite of the Marvel movies.
Oh, you mean Marvel characters?
Yeah, but, like, in because they were in in the movies, like, you know, or in the
Yeah.
Marvel movies, but, like, I feel like they made them 'cause I'm trying to remember, Age of Ultron is when they first showed up, right?
Yes, yes, I think you're correct.
But they made them so secondary charactery,
Yeah.
but at the end, I don't know, they always maintained a secondary character status in my head, uh, probably because they didn't have their own movie that tied
Yeah.
into it, they just, like, appeared, uh, but then they, like, made them seem like they were the most important keys of the movie, and I'm like, "This is weird." Like, it'd be like me being the C-list, co-star in a movie, but I'm also tweeting that I'm, like, the key role.
Yeah,
Like,
and
you saw my face for 15 minutes, but I was so integral, and that's how I just kinda feel about it, so I don't know. They don't really mean anything to me.
no, yeah, and I think that's what this is giving us a opportunity is to dive into their characters more. Because I found them to be I felt like there was a big gap between Age of Ultron where they met each other like at the end, and then all of a sudden they're together in Infinity War. And I was like, we're missing a lot.
Right.
Well, there was Civil War too, and that there was stuff in there too. But like I feel like we're missing a lot, and I'm hoping this fills the gaps.
I don't know, because I think it's after.
Yeah, but Vision was killed in Infinity War. Like he didn't come back. He was like killed, not like
Yeah.
snapped killed.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. I don't know. I'm seeing I Am Groot, like, don't care. I don't
I think it depends on what age he is. I think that's what I care about. I mean, I'm here for the Loki series. Like that's why I'm here. I'm here for Loki. I love
Yeah.
Thomas.
I'm excited for She-Hulk. Hawkeye, I can
Yeah.
get into because, Jeremy Renner is pretty good looking.
Yep.
Let's
The
see.
Shang-Chi, I'm really excited about that. It's going to be the first Asian superhero movie, so really excited about that one.
Ooh.
They're
Where did you
they
see
all look
that?
awesome. That's it, like, you scroll down and you see all the posters.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Don't care about Ant-Man. I love Paul Rudd, love him, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't had the desire to see I still haven't
No,
even
I
seen the
haven't watched
first
the movies
Ant-Man.
either. He was funny
Um,
in Endgame, but, like, I just can't bring myself to watch the Ant-Man movies. Sorry.
let's see. Another Fantastic Four. Fantastic.
Who cares? No one cares about that. Why are they bringing that back?
Black Widow. I'm gonna
I
see
don't know
because
how that's gonna go.
I love a strong female lead. Obviously,
Right.
uh, and Black Widow I think was a complete badass. Hopefully,
Right.
it kind of explains what happened to her after the whole replacing of the stones. So like since they replaced them and the soul for the stone and the stone for a soul
Yep.
thing, so hopefully it'll show that she was brought back or not, or like what the hell happened to her character, or she's dead like Gamora. Um, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. I mean, they also talk about some other ones coming up, like the Doctor Strange movie, which is the next Doctor Strange, which I love. I love the Doctor Strange movies. Black Panther 2, what they're saying is obviously they're not going to replace Chadwick Boseman, but also I thought that they were gonna give the role to the girl who plays his sister, but now they're making it seem like it's not even gonna be about Black Panther at all, it's just gonna be about Wakanda, and, like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I feel like why don't you give it to unless they don't feel like she could carry it, but I wanna know why.
I think my take on it is that I don't think that they don't think she could carry it. I think what they're doing is could be a good idea by making it about more of Wakanda. They actually can expand into a deeper universe of Wakanda
Yeah,
and make it its own like
which would be
universe.
awesome. Yeah, I'm very much, like, in support of seeing that. I wouldn't I would hope she's not being looked over. That's my concern.
Like
I
they end
hope
up just choosing another person.
well, I mean, they've said that they're not going to, recast him, but in the comics, I his sister does take over. So, I hope that they
Nerd.
will do that. I know. I'm nerdy about these shit
Hold
things.
on, Blade.
Like the Wesley Snipes movies?
Yeah,
I
is
didn't
that
even
what
know
I'm
that was
thinking?
Marvel. Mm.
Hmm. Captain Marvel 2, I'm in for that. Thor: Love and
I'm kinda
Thunder.
mad about that. I'm kinda mad about that. I wasn't, like, overly impressed with the movie.
Oh, I loved it.
I mean, I love the character. I love like, I think there needs to be more of her story because I felt like they really didn't do a lot with her in, Endgame, and I felt like they could have done more.
Oh, yeah, she was but 5 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excited for Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, 100%.
I didn't actually care for the first 2 Thor movies,
Oh,
but,
I love it. It's so good, yeah, it's so
Ragnarok
good.
was really good, so I'm hoping Love and Thunder is just as good. Um, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, I keep hearing that they're trying to replace,
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. I don't understand, I don't know the whole beef with him. Um
So, the issue is with Chris Pratt is that he's become very religious as of late, and he joined the Hillsong Church, which is notorious for being anti-LGBTQ plus. But, they deny that, but there are many, 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 many people who say the Hillsong Church is very much against the, LGBT community. So people are like, "Fuck Chris Pratt, he's become a Jesus freak." That's basically what's happening now. I don't know, I really don't know. I do think he's become a little bit too much from a religious standpoint, but I think anyone is who is just a little who just talks about it too much. Like, I'm
Yeah,
all about
like
respecting people's
vegans.
faiths, but, also there are other things. So, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's new and exciting to him, and I would say until he comes out with a statement.
He has multiple times. He said that, like, "No, they're not anti-LGBTQ," and everyone's like,
No, I mean,
"No,
like,
they
until
are."
he says something, like, homophobic or anti-LGBTQ,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't.
no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. One thing so a couple weird things happened. So during the election, a lot of the Avengers cast did a fundraiser for the Biden, campaign, and he did not join. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is because of his religious leanings and da da da." And a lot of the Avengers cast stood up for him, and they were like, "No, he just doesn't like to get into politics." And I'm like, "Well, okay." But and then also one thing that bothers me, and this is just me from a vegetarian standpoint, I guess he talks a little bit too much about slaughtering his own animals for me. And I get that, like, it's part of the land, and he's done one of those, like, he's done a lot of those fasts where it's like the Bible fast, where like he thinks he's Jesus in the desert or some shit.
Oh,
And he does those and he talks about that a lot. And I'm just like, you need to settle down. I'm
yeah,
all for believing in what you want to believe, but like, don't rub it in my face. And
right,
I'm a Catholic.
and I'm a Catholic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, settle down.
I just feel like people can't pick and choose, like, I think they're trying to read too far into him, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
think it's fair to cancel him you know, before he actually did anything, whereas, like, Robert Downey Jr. hasn't really said anything of as long like, along the lines of the BLM movement, um, and he
and look, he was on the
actually
Huron
did
forever.
blackface.
Yeah. Oh, with that. Well, it was his characters. It wasn't really him. But no, I know. I know. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, there's a lot of real questionable shit, and it's up to you, the public, to or
Yeah.
you as a person to decide what you feel morally is acceptable to you. I would hope that you would think that some things are not acceptable, but in the name of Jesus, but here we are.
And then I saw people were trying to cancel Chris Pratt because they're like, "Oh, they're talking about making his character in Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy bisexual." And like, "Well, then why don't you cast an actual bisexual?" And it's like, "Well, it was his role first, and then they made him, like they made the character bisexual. It wasn't inherently bisexual, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's recent. That's a recent thing too.
yeah. So it's like you can't be mad at him because they turned the direction, you know?
Like, I think people are more mad about that because of his affiliations from a religious standpoint. So, and I mean, I'm going to own up to my own comment. I'll be like, I wonder what his church thinks about that because they are widely known, even though they say they're not, widely known to be homophobic. So, I think it's kind of funny that they all of a sudden say that his character is bisexual, and now he's who is someone who's very religious is playing someone who's
If they
bisexual.
make if they make uh oh my god, what's his name in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Quinn,
Yeah, if they make Quinn and Thor lovers, I'm
I
going
mean,
to lose my shit. If I see them
I love
kiss on
that.
screen, my
You never know, man.
pants will immediately fall off.
I love that.
I will have to call FEMA. There will be a flood in my basement. I wouldn't be able to control myself. Like that
I
would
know.
be the kiss of all kisses, and I bet it would happen at the
Sure.
end of the movie. It'd be like
After the
a
credits.
quick. It'll be a quick peck, and he'd be like, some. Oh my god, it'll just be amazing, but it'll be very looked over, I'm sure.
Well,
Well,
I think that's everything, and we're over an hour.
yeah, guys, we're gonna actually turn this into a gossip column on
Yeah.
Disney celebrities. Not all celebrities, just ones that have starred in Disney films. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, that was, the tour of of,
We're on
uh,
Disney
the
Plus.
nations.
Oh my god. We'll get there eventually.
Um, yeah, but until next time, I am Brady McCleary, also known to you as Brady Cam, and with me, as always, is my wonderful co-host.
I'm Annie at WDW Collective.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye. See you next time.